way. I wanna get moving.
Hi, welcome to the Parent Experiment. We're doing a special 5-minute bonus Oscar prediction episode. I'm here with Lynette Carolla.
With our experts.
Yeah, our experts. Ben Mankiewicz, who you know from Turner Classic Movies and elsewhere. Christy Lemire, who is the film critic for the Associated Press.
And it'll be on the red carpet.
And we'll be on the red carpet for the
very
Oscars.
glamorous.
She writes for these things called newspapers. They used to. They-
Unfamiliar.
They're these things people used to, anyway.
Adam doesn't know anything about
Yeah. Okay, best picture predictions.
I'm going with Hurt Locker, which is pretty obvious, I think, just because it has all that juggernaut activity going on with it, winning the DGA, the PGA, the Writers Guild Award. It is pretty great in a small, intimate, intense way. It's the first Iraq War movie to finally get it right.
Are you going with it because you think it's going to win, or are you going with it because you
think it's the best.
think it's you want it? I mean,
I think it's going to win. Or we're picking want to win or should win. I mean, if it's want to win, hell, I pick an Education. But I mean, that's not going to win.
I love that movie.
so you're just to be clear.
I think it's going to win.
That's your prediction.
all right.
But it's good, but I'm okay with it winning. If it wins, that's awesome. I mean, I'd rather see that than Avatar, for example.
Well, I'm confirming what I already believe to be the case. But I mean, I don't. As you know, I'm a gambler.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's but Vegas.
I
which-
was well
it.
aware.
Do you gamble on the
I do
Oscar
gamble.
picks?
Well, there's been I do and have. There's been a big change in the last few days. A few days ago, Avatar was a significant favorite, and I was on CNN last week, and I said that I don't think Avatar is going to win. That I sense, and by sense, I literally mean jackasses like me going into Starbucks and talking to other jackasses
Right.
like me, and just this sort of. And Christy, I'm counting her as
I
a,
count
as
as a
a,
jackass.
as a jackass, as a Jill ass. And sensing that there's just momentum shifting away from Avatar, and 21% of the voters are actors, and there are no actors in Avatar. Or the perception is there are no actors, and all
Yeah, that
respect
makes
to
sense.
Zoe Saldana. And that the voters are all 57, 58 years old, the average age, and they're likely to go, Avatar, I don't like that, because they all talk like that. And so I just didn't buy it. And now it's even money as opposed to being a prohibitive favorite. So Vegas, it's moving again. So I'm going to agree with Christy and take the Hurt Locker.
But what do you want to see win? of
Inglourious
those?
Bastards.
Oh,
and
really?
if there's an upset in there, that would be what I would. That's the one I would pick.
There is a school of thought that because there are 10 nominees this year, that Hurt Locker and Avatar could cancel one another out, and Inglourious Bastards ends up winning. There is that theory being floated
Too
around.
long to explain, but there's such a complicated system that there is a possibility, as Christy says, for a third-party upset.
Well, this Hurt Locker,
You're a jackass.
I saw Catherine Bigelow on 60 Minutes, and James Cameron made an interesting point, which is that the story about the first woman winning an Oscar for directing is going to compel a lot of people to vote for that as Best Picture and for her as Best Director.
It sounds like he's making excuses because his movie's too long and
Yeah.
dull.
I mean, there could also be that split where Avatar wins Best Picture and Catherine Bigelow wins Best Director. That happens quite a bit. It could happen.
Now, what about Best Actress? Is Monica Locke?
Best supporting actress.
Supporting, sorry.
Yeah, pretty much, I think. And she should win because she's devastating and
That's what I hear.
and precious. She's just the worst mom. If we're talking about mom, she's the worst mom ever known
she's
in
the worst
mankind.
mom ever known in
It's
mankind.
hard to imagine without actually, drowning your child, how anybody could be worse than Monique.
Yeah, she's the worst mom ever, and there are 3 mortal locks, and she's one of them. She can't lose, and she totally deserves it, and she will win.
She was, I think that was one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life.
I try to get away from overstating things, but I actually don't know that would be much of an overstatement. Certainly among the best roles I've seen in a while.
Plus, there is the whole element of who knew she had that in her. I mean, she's a comic. She's a lot of raunchy
right.
comedy. Who had any
Right.
idea she had this really intense, dramatic side to her
Great.
Yeah, well, same with Mariah Carey, did a decent job, and Lenny Kravitz too.
without makeup?
So, Best Actress. Speaking of
Well,
moms,
Do the locks first, because that's
is
Well, okay, go
she
ahead.
a lock? Sandra
No.
Bullock?
No.
I would think so, yes. Unless you think that the Sandra Bullock and Meryl Streep canceling one another out leads to Carey Mulligan winning, which I would love to see. There is that theory as well. Since you like math, I thought you would enjoy that one.
Sandra Bullock's a favorite, but not a big favorite. Meryl Streep is the second favorite, and Gabourey Sidibe are the third favorite.
Precious.
But I would say it's between Sandra Bullock and Meryl Streep, which is a big victory just for Sandra Bullock. That's a conversation that we have in America.
Sandra Bullock's going to win.
Was that a good movie? I mean, was
No.
it?
I liked it. I cried. Come on.
Because you're a mom now, it's made you soft.
Yeah, it made me soft. I lost my edge.
It's a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's literally it's a good. It's
But as
fine.
far as moms go, although she's not this child's biological mother, she
Right.
really cares for him, and it's a beautiful story, even if it's sappy.
No, she is. It's a one-note role. It's a great, fun, brassy note, but it's one note.
Right.
And so
I agree.
one note.
I think that there are the three other acting roles are mortal locks. I don't think she is.
No?
And
Okay.
she's not nearly the favorite that the other three are in Vegas. Not even
But
close.
Meryl Streep winning isn't as good of a story. She already has two Best Actress.
I understand.
Oscars.
It's definitely not as big a story, but like Vegas doesn't have her as close to as big
do
a
they
favorite.
have?
She's the favorite, but it's a tight favorite. The other three are gigantic favorites. So Meryl Streep is the second choice, and I think that's where Meryl Streep might win.
So what are the other locks?
Jeff Bridges is a mortal lock to win, and Christoph Waltz is a mortal
For
lock.
Crazy Heart
And
and,
for-
for Inglourious Basterds.
There and as we said, Monique, those three actors and actresses are going to win. I think Sandra Bullock's going to win, but I think that one could go either way. You agree on Waltz and Jeff Bridges, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of Jeff Bridges' allure is just that he's been nominated 4 times before, never won. He's great in everything. He's essentially doing a Chris Christopherson impression here, but again, he's good in a very flawed formulaic movie.
And she said they want him to win. They
yeah,
they
because
really
of
like him.
Lebowski, right?
They
That
want
will be great, but there is the it's time momentum with him.
right.
everybody
you
likes
know.
him. Everybody
Right.
likes him.
Right.
And they think he's good. It's okay.
This Christoph Waltz story,
Wow, I know. He
just
was,
from out of nowhere.
Terrifying in Italian and French and German and in English.
But did you meet him? He was on the
Yeah,
show.
I met him. I was coming in as he was leaving. Adam interviewed him, and I remember Adam saying, "Meet this guy. He's going to win an Oscar." And I hadn't even seen his movie yet.
Yeah.
Have you seen it now?
Yeah. Wow. Oof. That
Tell me.
opening scene.
He and Monique, they're the two best performances of the year. They both deserve to win.
Well, before we let you guys go, do we miss any major
Best
categories?
Best director.
Yeah. Is it going to be Bigelow?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
But does it deserve to be James Cameron?
Does it deserve to be? Because what? It's more of an achievement because it's
Yeah.
so momentous technically? Is
Yeah.
that why? I guess. I mean, Avatar looks fantastic. It's just so overlong. It's so repetitive. I fell asleep during the last big battle.
I think if either of them wins, you can't say that the other one got robbed.
Right.
You know, they both
They're so different.
they're different. They both are impressive. I mean, I think that you could say that Tarantino deserves it too. But I think one of them will win. I think it'll be Bigelow. But again, both of them. And then the Avatar fans can go ballistic.
Lastly, what can we expect from the actual Oscar telecast now that
Yeah.
Adam
Good
Shankman
question.
is involved?
Ooh, more singing and more dancing. Your favorite.
My favorite, yeah.
Sing and dance the Hurt Locker. Woohoo!
What would Debbie Allen do with the Hurt Locker?
I
don't want to blow up.
They dance with the helmets on and off.
I need fear to feel alive.
No, I mean, what? We have Steve Martin and we have Alec Baldwin. It'll be fun, I guess. I mean,
it's gonna be
they're
good.
always just too long and they're always just.
I love it.
Boring.
It's always fun.
Yeah,
I agree. I just want to see what people are wearing.
I know, it's the best. It's the best night of the year. It's fun.
And we get to see now. Your husband has predicted that Monique will have a colossal meltdown when she
Oh,
finally
really?
wins her Oscar. That all the years of
Champagne
abuse
Jesus. Oh,
are all going to come out.
I think Eddie Murphy will leave early again.
really?
That's your
Yeah,
prediction.
that's my prediction. It's bold.
And did
When,
you have
when he doesn't win.
and did you have anything to say about sound editing? Because I know that's an important
Avatar. That's a mortal lock.
This is how people will make up for Avatar perhaps not winning Best Director or Best
Yeah.
Picture because it is losing momentum. Clearly, it'll win
Every
everything
technical
else. Everything
category,
else.
right.
Could walk away with like 7 or 8 of those Oscars and win neither.
Well,
of them.
now I can't wait to see it. Thanks again to Chrissy Lemire and Ben Mankiewicz. This is Lynette Carolla. Oh, gosh, you'd think I'd be able to say the name Carolla by now.
You're sleep deprived.
What about my name?
Teresa Strauss.